All right, this is a video. I'm not sure how long it's going to be. Hopefully not too long. Looking at lab 18.3. Lots of questions, but this is for your use, and if we run into asynchronous days, a guide along the way. All right, 18.3. What we're doing is we're doing a comparative analysis of weather. Right? You've been taking a weather log. You have Appleton, and you have your choice city, and you're going to partner up, and that will give you a third city because your partner will add in their choice city. All right. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to create a brand new Google Sheet. If you want to use Excel, you're definitely welcome to do that. I'm not going to cover that aspect of it in this video. But what you need to do is you got to get all your data in one spot. So what I did very, very quickly was I just copied my information. So here's my Sao Paulo. You got to pick a 2-week period, select the dates that you want, and then you copy and paste that. I just made a new sheet. You're going to make a new document. And then because you shared that document with your partner, you should both be able to work on it at the exact same time. Right? So that's kind of what I have done. I added some colors in here just for me, just to make it look nice. You do not have to do that though. Okay. But what you see here is I have all this data ready to go. And then as you jump back into the activity, there's a couple pre-lab questions to answer, just thinking about the weather as you're going through that. All right, that part is pretty straightforward in what to do there. From here, though, now you get into creating charts. And maybe you've done this enough that you'll feel comfortable. Maybe you have not used spreadsheet programs a lot. So let's talk about this. So you have to make 5 different charts. Comparison of temperature, comparison of wind pressure, sky conditions, precipitation, air pressure. So let's jump back to my spreadsheet and start looking at what some of this stuff might look like. Right? So how to do this. The directions say to make individual ones. So you have 3 different temperature ones. Personally, I was like, maybe I should have adjusted the directions because I'm okay if you do it all in one. But regardless, the procedure is basically the same. All right. But what I've done here on this one in my example is basically I took my dates and my temperatures for my first city, and then I copied them over here. I added headings, Sao Paulo, Appleton, New York, that kind of stuff. And then I went to my next one like this, copied, paste for New York. And so I have that information, and now I can create a table based off that. So that's what I did to speed things up and keep this video going. I'm going to copy this little bit of work that I did and paste it into my my blank page like that. All right. So that's all I did. Was I just took this, copied, right, and then pasted it right there. Now to create a chart, right, I select everything. Go to Insert, Chart, and then it's going to start giving me some options of what I want that chart to look like. I'm just going to leave it down here because I'm going to use this menu in just a minute. Now, the chart is made. We can see the lines looking okay right now, but we're going to need to make some adjustments. So we're going to go to the Customize tab. We definitely want to make sure we have titles, so I can change my chart title, and I can type right here. All right, if the box is there, I can type there as well. So I can say temperature comparison as we're looking at that. All right. Then I can go to my horizontal axis, and I can just write, right, that's the dates or time, and then my vertical axis is temperature. Right. And those things are all going to appear. Now, one thing we definitely want to do is make sure we can see all the dates on these types of graphs. And so to get that to appear, we're going to go down here to Customize Grid Lines and Ticks. Make sure it says Horizontal Axis here. And the count, we need 14 days. So instead of auto, I'm going to type 14, and I got all 14 days sitting there like that. If you want to put a little bit more details into what your temperatures actually were, that might help you. But I'm going to kind of leave that up to you. But to do that, you would go to your vertical axis, and you could play around with the numbers there, or you could do the same thing that we just did with the grid lines, tick lines, and axis. So if we go to count, I could change it to like every 5 degrees or every 10 degrees, something like that. All right, to do that. So that's how you make those adjustments. All right. Point being, make it look nice. Okay. So there's our first one. Temperature. Right, I'm going to move that over here. Now, to do the second one is pressure, I believe. I might not have the right order, but I'll show you the fastest way to do the pressure one. Right, instead of retyping all of this data, I'm just going to copy this and paste this here. That way I don't have to, I can change my heading to pressure now. Right. And now I can just go over to my pressure column. Here's my Sao Paulo, copy, go here, paste, pressure. Here's my Appleton, copy, paste, and then here is my New York, copy, paste. Right? And real quick, I can go and insert my chart now, and I got that. Right? Now on this one, you can see how the lines are, right, I got all this kind of dead space right here. So an easy thing to do here is go to my vertical axis and just make my minimum like 20. That works for me, and now it spreads the data out. It's a little bit easier to read, right? You'd want to go and adjust this, make sure you got your titles and stuff correctly. I showed you that last time, so I'm going to keep moving within this video. All right. Next. Now, the hardest one to do is what's called the wind direction, because it says label the wind direction for each day on the same points for the temperature in the line graph you made above. So basically what it's telling you to do is take a copy of your temperature, and what you need to do is you need to go in and you got basically to put all your directions in here. So every day there's a new direction, and so you got to put little headings in there like this. Kind of tedious on a computer, I'm not gonna lie. Google, it works with Google. Excuse me, it works with Google. The way to do that is you're going to go to Insert. It's going to let me insert a drawing, and you're going to insert a new drawing, insert a text box, and then just type the direction you need. So if I needed an east-northeast, let's just make that up for now, save that. Then what I can do is I can change this to in front of text, and now I can drag this wherever I need it to go. And somehow I think I deleted my table. I had that selected. But type that in there. That's what these norths and souths are, and then just line them up with each day, right? And so you have one letter like that for each day. Now, some of you may say, "Oh, that's a lot of work," and to some degree it is, right? The other thing you could do is you could print out your temperature one, and you can go in and handwrite these things. This is an example from a student that did it. And so you have that concept there. Okay. So hopefully that part makes sense, right? This is kind of what it needs to look like if you hand drew it like that. I never finished my example with the computer generated one, right? But it does work. Okay, about halfway done with my time in my video, but we don't have much more to go. So let's just talk about the next step. The last two, all right, are sky conditions and precipitation, right? So I already did air pressure. That was actually this one down here. So sky conditions, precipitation. Precipitation is really the same procedure as air pressure and temperature. So just going into your weather log, make another chart like this, right? Paste it. Let's see, I forgot to press copy. Copy, paste, change this to precipitation, right? And then get your precipitation numbers in the right spots, right? Like that. And if you get a lot of zeros, that is okay. That's just what you got for your data. So don't be like, my chart's going to be a bunch of zeros. Okay, that's the data that we got. So that's the data that you put in, right? Is it going to be a really fancy looking chart? No, it's not. The difference with this one is when we insert this chart is we're not doing a line chart. We want a, it says bar. Computers, because of the differences. We really want like a column chart in Google. They have different names for them. And because New York was the only city that I had that actually had rain or showed rain in the program, that's all I'm going to see for colors, right? So if you have a blurb of color from one of your other cities, then you've got a bar standing next to it on that day. All right, don't forget to change your headings and stuff like that. All right, then the last one is circle graphs. Circle graphs are definitely easy. I'm going to do New York right here. So I'm going to paste this. See, I took my cloud cover, and this is what I need to do with it now. I got to look at the different headings that I have. So I have a heading called overcast. So I'm going to retype that there. I guess I could copy and paste. I have one called mostly cloudy. I have one called light rain. I have one called windy. I don't know how that's cloud cover, but I wrote that, so let's just put that in there. Partly cloudy, I got a fair, and I think that's everything, right? Then to the right of that, now I'm going to count how many I have. So overcast days, I just had 1, right? Mostly cloudy, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, so I type 7 there. Light rain, 2, windy, 1, partly cloudy, 1, 2, right? And then fair, I have 2. And so I have this data like this. Now to make a circle graph with this, now I'm going to select this new table that I just made. Right? Select that data, go up to Insert, Chart, and there we go. I got my chart, and you'll see everything looking nice and pretty like that. And then on this one, definitely want to go in and add a title. For some reason, when you go into a pie chart, they rearrange this menu, which I don't quite understand. So this is New York sky conditions. Right. I guess New York City would be correct. And then in the end, I would go and have to do this 2 more times because I got 2 more cities. Right. So hopefully you're getting a sense of what you're doing now and what it takes. As you can see, I just did almost all of this work in, about 15 minutes. So if you're working with a partner, right, even if you might go a little bit slower because I got shortcuts and stuff like that. I guess it really matters how much you know computers. But even if you go a little bit slower, even if you double my time, let's just put it that. Between the 2 of you, a half an hour to complete this part of it. Hopefully you got it done in class and you're not really worrying about this. Okay, but I would make, like I said, I'd make a couple more of these, and then it's all about just once you have it, you copy it, you go back into your document, and let's see the sky conditions. So I have three of these in here, and right, put some enters in there. I can put my precipitation in there. I can put my air pressure in there. And then it's just about the final part of the lab then is going in and working with your partner, answering questions, right? Looking at the temperature charts, answering the questions that you're seeing. All right, when you get to precipitation, your answers might be really, really minimal, but that's what you got. Number 3 has you thinking about why you may have gotten no numbers at all. All right. Yeah, once you're done with that, just make sure you save all your stuff. Got your partner's names in here. Definitely benefits that you kind of put colors here. You can see name 1, name 2. That definitely helps me understand how you are participating in this lab as you're working with this and with your partner. Okay. All right. Hopefully that's a good overview of this. I got about 10 seconds before this video just cuts me off. If you have additional questions, just let